Welcome to the Rachel Varga podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Varga, double board certified aesthetic nurse specialist since 2011 with over 20,000 rejuvenation procedures performed. I'm an international clinical trainer for other physicians and nurses as well, celebrity skin expert, having been featured on some of the world's top proactive aging podcasts, and much, much more. Learn more at rachelvarga.ca and enjoy today's episode. Welcome to today's episode on the Rachel Varga podcast. I'm really excited to have you join me here today because in today's episode, I will be discussing my top superfoods for the skin and how I like to enjoy them in the AM, the afternoon, and also alongside my PM routine. So let me know any questions you have before or after this episode by emailing me directly, info@rachelvarga.ca. But essentially what I'm getting at here is I want you to start consuming superfoods in the AM, in the afternoon, and in the PM. And the reason why is your skin will reap the benefit, but I'm going to say specifically why in just a second. And I recommend drinking and actually having your superfoods in a more liquid or drinkable state in order to ensure more bioavailability. Our body tends to absorb nutrients a little bit better when it's already in a liquid state as opposed to a solid state. So drink your greens and superfoods with Organifi's delicious, and we're talking delicious formulations for both hot and cold options. So I have the entire Organifi lineup here, and yes, they sent it to me, and I have become obsessed. And I wasn't feeling the best the other day. I'm kind of going through cleansing and stuff like that. And if you've done a really intense cleanse before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, the brain fog, just not feeling good. And then Organifi arrived on my doorstep, and I literally wanted to try all the flavors because I got all 6 flavors: the glow, the red juice, the harmony, the gold, and the green juice in both original and crisp apple. And I literally had a full scoop of every single one in a glass, about a pint. Makes me think of a pint of Guinness that I'm not actually drinking right now. And I was like, wow, this stuff tastes incredible. It tastes delicious. The ingredients are incredible. And it's also USDA organic and glyphosate residue free. It even helps you to cleanse your body of certain toxins as well. And about an hour and a half later, yes, I had a scoop of every single one. An hour and a half later, I felt remarkably better. Now, this is just my personal experience with the Organifi products, but I could just tell that this was a very well quality made product. It, with my background in Gen Chem, Organic Chem, and Biochem, it mixed very easily also. So I'm always looking at solubility of products, how well it's mixing with the water. So a little tip, I have a reverse osmosis hot and cold water faucet installed at my kitchen. So what I'll do is I only drink in glass. I'll put a little bit of hot water in the bottom of the cup so you don't get anything sticking to the bottom, a little bit of filtered hot water. Then I'll put a scoop in whatever Organifi product I want. So this one is the Glow one. And so this helps to promote natural collagen support with tremella mushroom, amla, rosehip, aloe vera, bamboo silica, pomegranate, boab fruit, coconut water, lemon, and raspberry. And it tastes like a lemonade, raspberry lemonade. And then I'll kind of like swish it, swirl it like that, and then top the glass up with water. If you're wanting to serve a really nice summer mocktail, do this with some ice in like a nice tumbler type of glass. I really like the Riedel stemless glassware as like a nice option to like a wine glass with a stem. I think they look pretty cool too. Throw in like a couple filtered water ice cubes, and there you go. You have a really fun afternoon or evening type of mocktail that's really, really good for you. Can be nice as a little pick-me-up throughout the day too. It's just delicious. That one's really nice cold. What's really cool is the Organifi products will actually tell you best served cold. So the red juice and the green juice are best served cold, but I will say that the green juice in original, because it has matcha, so it has ashwagandha, moringa, matcha green tea, chlorella, spirulina, turmeric, red beet, wheatgrass, lemon, and coconut water. It is like a sweet version of matcha. And what I've been trying to do in my diet is go a little bit more alkaline, because I'm really doing my best to maintain a pure body, mind, spirit energy. Have had great success um, with the cleanses that I've been talking about here on the show. And I really just kind of like needed something fun to introduce. I was having like a little bit of supplement fatigue. We have that when we have like the same thing of everything. And because there's 6 different flavors, you can kind of pick and choose what you want. But what I love is this one is the green juice in the original flavor as like a morning matcha. And it's so good. Like, it is so good. If you like matcha green tea in the morning, this is allowing you to get all sorts of other things like adaptogens such as ashwagandha. Ashwagandha and other adaptogens are great for just helping your body manage stress, especially if you're dealing with like some stressful situations. You don't want to overtax those adrenals because then you're going to start to age and your skin will show it. So drink your greens and superfoods with Organifi's delicious formulations with both hot and cold options, which is kind of fun. You can sort of mix it up and save on my favorites page at rachelvarga.ca/favorites. I put Organifi actually at the front. So the top one, this is when I'm just like preaching from the mountaintops right now. It is so freaking good. And you can also check out the description in this episode as well. But if you use the promo code and the link there, you're going to get some savings. So some of the other things I wanted to talk about while I'm talking about superfoods here, because obviously if you're going to be having superfoods, you got to use some type of product. Okay, what superfoods do I recommend? I really like the Organifi stuff. I'm literally blown away with this stuff, like just how good it made me feel within only about an hour or 2 hours of consuming it. And so what I wanted to talk about here was the importance of being in an alkaline state. Now, I have gone on deep dives on what different parasitologists are talking about and recommending, and other health-focused podcasts with physicians and practitioners talking about what their most vibrant and healthy clients are doing. And the consensus is those that are doing the best, those that have less incidences of things like chronic disease, are in a more alkaline state. So to get in a more alkaline state, it takes a bit of effort, especially with the way that we are living our lives right now. Most of the foods we're consuming, for example, coffee, is highly acidic. If you're eating burgers and French fries or other processed foods, chips, pop, it's very acidic. So what happens is your body wants to be at a certain pH. It's like 8 point something or whatever. It's slightly alkaline. 7 is like right in the middle of being acidic and basic. And we're like a little bit more alkaline than 7. But when we're eating all of these acidic type of foods, our body has to work that much harder in order to get us back to that ideal pH that our body wants to be at. So what happens is when your body is trying to work really hard to, counteract all the acidic foods you just consumed, your body's missing out on some of the different cellular metabolic processes that could be better optimized by drinking instead of pop or like a juice, for example, which is super high in sugar. You might as well drink pop if you're drinking juice, or even kombucha, which for some people, too much kombucha can contribute to things like yeast, mold, fungi, organism type of overgrowth in the gut, and also different organ systems, the intracellular space, the interstitium, the blood. So this is a great option to give your body superfoods, but also help to maintain an alkaline state. I love my coffee. I'm sorry. If I'm doing a cleanse, I am not giving up my coffee. I'm really loving Dave Asprey's Danger Coffee. I find it's delicious. It is mold tested. It is remineralized as well, and it is delicious. But I make it even more delicious by adding the Harmony one. So this is a cacao type of formula, and it's got cacao, maca, chaste tree, shatavari, stinging nettle, ginger, turmeric, and coconut milk. And this is organic, non-GMO, compostable packaging, and again, glyphosate residue-free products. This makes my coffee no longer, you'd have to pH test it, of course, but coffee is traditionally acidic. And I love my coffee. I love my coffee typically black, but putting in the Harmony, it's a cacao scoop, it sweetens it up, makes it a little bit more chocolatey. Mm, it is so good. And just a tip when you are making your coffee to not use like a plastic, those like really kind of convenient coffee makers with the pods, and they have all these plastic tubings that boiling water is going through. You have to really look at ways to limit your exposure to microplastics. And what a better way to start to limit that? Make your coffee in a French press. We're talking a glass and stainless steel type of French press. That's it. Don't use these plastic coffee makers with these disposable pods. You are literally contributing to waste. Take those coffee grinds, make a scrub out of it, put it in your garden and all that stuff. But you can shift your morning coffee and afternoon coffee from being super acidic to maybe a little bit more alkaline by adding like a half a scoop or a scoop of the Cacao Harmony blend. So you can kind of see why I recommend having a couple of different flavors from Organifi. They're not cheap, but if you're just say do like a cleansing type, so if you're wanting to at least try one, what would I pick? Well, of course, I should say the natural collagen support for glow. I really like that one. But because I love coffee, I really like the Harmony one. I also really like the matcha, the the green juice one, but I also really like all the other ones too. And the reason why it's kind of fun to have a couple of different options for flavors is so you can kind of mix it up, because I don't know about you, but when I have something I really like and then I kind of keep having it, you kind of get sick of it after a while. And I feel like my taste buds need a little excitement sometimes, especially when you're on a cleanse. And this just like, I kid you not, kind of revitalized me. And the other thing I'm noticing with being on a cleanse and being in like an ultra pure state is my nails are growing like freaking weeds. I literally just had my hair done and now I have roots again. My hair, skin, and nails has never been so good. Being on a cleanse and then making sure that I'm shifting myself into more a highly alkaline state, which is more conducive to your body being able to function in the way that it wants to function. I don't want you to just, use great products and, have healthy skin that way. You're not going to get great skin. You're not going to slow your cellular aging if you're just doing that. So that's why starting to do a bunch of the different things that I talk about here on the show with more daily audio only sessions directly on the Rachel Varga podcast on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, whatever. You can find all my stuff at rachelvarga.ca/blog. I don't do as much on YouTube and Facebook. Most of what I do is really on the podcast platforms where it's audio only, simply because it's easier for me to get that content out. I don't always have to have my hair and makeup perfect for that. I can, just start to record audio and be a little bit more forthcoming, because it's really frustrating, the degree of censorship that's happening. So Taylor says, hello, Taylor. It's great to see you here. Organifi greens are my favorite right now. Yeah, perfect. So listener here on Facebook, you're already using Organifi. Organifi has been around for a while now. And they are, I actually just interviewed May on the Beating the Biohacker podcast, as well as Rachel Varga podcast here. And she is special and like in a really good way. And what's really cool is having a show, you get to interview people. So you not just get to try the products, but I also get to meet the founders, the CEOs, the different R&D development staff that are part of the company itself. And I get a feeling of the vibe of the company as well, what they stand for, what they do, how much they put into their quality and assurance and research and development and third-party independent lab testing, and staying on top of making sure that, for example, their products are glyphosate free through regular testing and ongoing customer feedback and reformulation with different seasons. So you're getting new and exciting flavors. It really is a great company. And the cool thing is when you try certain products, you can sometimes even do like a tip test. So this is muscle testing. This might be a bit low for you guys, but muscle testing, it's been around for a long time. I've been playing it for a long time. This was like a straight up, I almost fell forward. It was in such resonance with me because my body was getting a little too acidic, and meats will make you a little bit more acidic too. So being in a more alkaline state is, kind of one of those blanket statements I can say is good for everybody. So the way I like to consume superfoods is basically I don't want to juice. I don't want to buy all the celery. I don't want to buy all these lemons and then end up having stuff that's going to be wasted. Juicing is a huge commitment and it can actually get really expensive. And then life gets in the way. It's a big commitment to do things like one of my girlfriends does the master cleanse sometimes. And it's like she has to buy like bags and boatloads of lemons. And I don't know. That's a lot of effort. So I like just being able to take a scoop and get all these superfoods. So in the AM, like I said, instead of like making matcha tea, I'll have the green juice in the original. It's like a sweet version of matcha. It is so good. Again, with hot reverse osmosis filtered water. If you're boiling your water, go for a stainless steel or a glass type of kettle. No plastic. Stop boiling your water in plastic kettles. You really need to be hyper aware of microplastics and BPA, especially when you're heating them up. In the afternoon, I'll mix it up. I'll maybe go for the green juice in the crisp apple. I'll maybe go for the red juice or the glow. And in the PM, obviously the cacao hamrani in my coffee. And then in the PM, I've been having a lot of fun with the original gold. And this one is specifically for rest and relaxation. And I think the relaxation is going to be coming from the reishi mushroom and the turkey tail, which is pretty cool. And they're so delicious. Like I had no idea when I was first going to start to try these products that they would taste this delicious, and they're healthy for you, and they're putting me in a more alkaline state, and I feel better. I have more energy. I've been running again lately, and I feel like I'm on like something because I feel so much faster. And in fact, May told me that you can even take the red and the pure as almost like a pre-workout. And my hubby, as a pro athlete, he's been going hard into the glow and the red. And without him realizing it, he likes it because it's making him a bit faster. It's giving him a little pre-workout. So without even like knowing that about it, I think he was just like intuitively drawn to it already and just like keeps drinking it. I'm looking at my glow one. This is the one I should like the most, right? It's delicious. It was for natural collagen support. And it's like he's plowing through. I'm like, honey, you gotta slow down. Like, have some of the other ones, please. Like, save some of that for me. And also, it's great for May said even guys like it for healthy hair growth, hair, skin, nails, and all that stuff too. So it's kind of making it fun for me now to get more superfoods into my diet and to also make sure that I'm simultaneously putting myself in a more alkaline state, which is more conducive to optimal health and wellness. Of course, what we talk about here on the show is not medical advice, information. It's educational information only. If you think you have a health condition, you must seek the guidance of a licensed physician. And just to let you know, there's a lot of really bad free information out there these days. So be very conscious who you are getting information from these days. Really listen to people who you feel are on a similar wavelength and a similar journey to you. So if you're on a wavelength and journey of wanting to be your best self, your most high vibe, radiant version on the inside out, slow cellular aging, get the best hair, skin, nails of your life, I have got you. I'm on that journey too. So what I learn, I get to share with you guys too, but of course I get to reap the benefits. All right, Taylor says she would love it if Organifi made a clean multivitamin powder, was thinking about writing to them, then multi-powders, just not capsules. Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what, Taylor? I'm going to be chatting with May again. She's going to be on the show, and I will bring that up. I have her personal email, so I'm going to be literally emailing her after this session here. I have to follow up with her after recording. So thank you, Taylor. I will make a note of that. Ask and you shall receive. Funny how that happens. So a multivitamin powder. One of the things I also really like in these products is it's free of a few things that some of my clients who are doing super in-depth testing with practitioners are sensitive to. And I'm not going to say what that is to make you all like super paranoid about these ingredients, but I'm happy to say that this is free of that. Taylor says, yes, please. Yeah, ask and you shall receive. One of the cool things of hanging out and working with me. Okay, so some of the other really, really, really fun things that you can do with Organifi. It was my mom's birthday recently, and a couple of months ago, she had made this mousse. And my mom really, she tries her best to make things as healthy as possible. And she made this delicious mousse. And I thought to myself, I just had the Organifi stuff delivered to my house, all the flavors. I wonder if I could make a mousse with it. And I did actually. So what I did was this is going to make about like 1 or 2 servings. I did 1 egg white. I whipped that up in like a magic bullet. And then I added 1 scoop of the red juice. I also did a chocolate version of this too. So 1 scoop of the red juice, and then I did half a cup of organic frozen blueberries. And then I whipped that up and it was a bit thick. So then I added just a little bit of reverse osmosis purified water. And it was amazing. And so I served both a red juice version of the mousse and then also the Harmony cacao version of the mousse. And it was a hit. And the other thing that you can do with the Organifi stuff is to make a mocktail out of it. And so again, grab like, if you don't have really nice tumblers, like say you're wanting to have a nice lunch or a garden party or, have some people over for mocktails and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, like when you go on this cleansing journey and health optimization, you're kind of like, alcohol? Why would you drink alcohol anymore? When you can drink this and holy smokers, feel amazing. Alcohol is a time and a place. Can't give it that. I will always love Guinness. But being able to make fun mocktails is really great, even for kids. Like this would be amazing for kids to get their superfoods in their diet and make it fun. So grab one of those like Riedel stemless wine glasses, throw in some ice cubes. Actually, no, from a chemistry perspective, you're wanting to get things soluble first. So mix the powder with your filtered water in the cup and swirl it around. Make sure it mixes and then put your ice cubes in it. I'll see my husband, he'll like fill up a cup and put the ice in it and then put the scoop on top of it. And then he's like stirring forever and it doesn't mix properly. And I'm like, no, honey, you got to make sure you get it all mixed up first without the ice because products are more soluble when the water is warmer. And actually heat increases solubility. Super glad that I took Chem Lab, Organic Chem, and BioChem to learn these things to help me out in my later years to mix my superfoods. You can jazz up your coffee with the Harmony blend. You can do frothed milks with any of them. The gold is one to mix with your frothed milks. So say, for example, like a cashew milk, an almond milk. I don't really have milk or oat milk or anything like that. And I'm really excited to get myself in a more alkaline state because when I did my previous Viome gut health test, I actually didn't have the best gut score. So if you're looking at like a score, like red is great, yellow's not okay, it's okay. And then there's red. I was kind of in the red. I was like, what the heck? Like I eat really well. Hubby's a pro athlete, live a super clean lifestyle. Why do I have not great gut scores? Well, my cleanse made that very obvious what I needed to do. So I'm really excited to redo my Viome Health Intelligence test kit and see if being a little bit more alkaline is also going to turn back the clock on my cellular age. So what that test kit does, the Viome Health Intelligence test kit, actually, they published a blog that I wrote today on the Viome blog. I just shared them on Facebook. This is actually the first time that Viome has, oh, my pin's coming out, that Viome has actually featured a guest writer on their blog. So I feel quite lucky that they decided to feature something I wrote on their blog. And it was talking about Viome and gut testing for the skin, because that's really neat when you can compare your biological age versus your chronological age. So my chronological age, last time I checked, pretty sure I'm 36, not 25 again. But my biological age said I was 9 years younger. And the funny thing is I always joke that I'm 25 again. I would not want to be 25 again for various reasons. But it's funny. It's like when we say certain things, you better watch out because they can come true. So even though I was joking about that, it actually came true in some of my testing, which is funny. Anyways, really looking forward to doing that test again. The foods that I need to avoid are not in the Organifi products. The foods that are some of my superfoods are actually in the Organifi products, which is really kind of cool. So I feel like for me, Organifi is definitely in resonance with making me feel better. You could probably kind of pick up on the energy in the show here, just how much energy I have, mental clarity, and yeah, the movie I was talking about, Limitless, with Bradley Cooper, you know how he takes those pills and he just like gets all this stuff done. He gets like super successful with his business and stuff like that, and really impresses other people. But then he has this crazy crash. But actually, during this cleanse, I had a moment of that, of literally feeling very different in a good way. And then Organifi, it's just like it's got like that pre-workout kind of vibe to it. So biohackers were always looking for nootropics and this, that, and the other thing to give us that edge, to allow us to perform at our peak, both personally and professionally. So I say Organifi has helped me to kind of fill the need in my nutritional and needs and my lifestyle to have something fun and tasty because I'm not having alcohol, and also serve something fun and tasty, have some cool desserts, jazz up my coffee, jazz up my morning matcha, have a really yummy drink in the evening, and know that it's really good for me. So I thought that was kind of cool to share. And also, things like superfoods can help you clear toxins and support cleanses. So, like I said, I was, using really good products for my cleanses, things like that. But it's just like sometimes fun to have something in a liquid format that's easy to digest. You can do all sorts of fun things with it. And it just gave me a little bit more energy, because when you're doing a proper cleanse, you are literally going to be having a die off of things like yeast, fungi, toxins leaving from the die off, and also organisms. And this is a big deal for women. Also, 1 and 2 of you listening have an overgrowth of some sort of what I just mentioned, whether you think you're too good for that or not, ladies and gentlemen. You got to do some cleanses. And personally, I was pretty programmed throughout the years to be told, oh, we don't have to do cleanses. It's not necessary. Your body does a good job of detoxifying itself. Well, I will be the first to tell you, sometimes we need to take certain herbs and various different things to really allow your body to clear out some things that are actually pulling on your nutrients. And I was looking at my stomach today. Holy smokes, I'm back. I'm ready for the bikini. I'm looking trim. I'm looking hot. And that's why a lot of times during the summer, we want to do these types of cleanses in order to look our best at different events. There's weddings, there's partings, and wearing this like super adorable designer white dress. And yeah, we want to look and feel our best when we're out and about at different parties, at the beach, sunning ourselves, and all sorts of stuff. So having food to fuel you, but kind of to fool you, right? You think it's like a treat, but it's actually super good for you. It's really funny. It's like this weird psychological dichotomy that you could be drinking something so freaking good and it's helping you detox, helping you out with your cleanse and giving you more energy. And it's super low. Whoops. It's super low in carbohydrates and sugar, and it's actually pretty high in fiber. And this is live, real life. Taylor says, oh gosh, we are bombarded with toxins every day. Detox is a must. Oh, yes, my darling. Your air, water, lighting, electromagnetics, and those organisms that build up that you're literally just going to get exposed to in every single aspect of your life. Biohacking is the art and science of hacking your environment in order to support your biology. And when we best give our body, mind, spirit the energy and our energy, the support that it needs, it's going to be in its most optimized, purified state. Now, here's the practical application. You're going to be less moody. You are going to be more clear-headed. You are going to be more motivated. You are going to be able to get more things done in the day. You're going to be having better sex. You're going to be not as bogged down with your hormones and cycles and all this stuff. You're going to be having better hair, skin, and nails, and all of the different benefits in both your personal and your professional lives. We all want to look and feel our best, and we must employ different things in our body, mind, spirit practices to slow our aging. And if you're curious as to what my top tips and tricks for getting better skin and slowing our cellular aging are, you can download that. It's free at rachelvarga.ca/slow aging. Also, when you download that, you're going to get entered to my newsletter, and that's where I announce sales. I just had a huge sale for all of those of you that got to take part in that sale. That was a huge sale. And also book your one-on-one session with me if you want me to help you optimize what you're doing in your at-home and in-clinic routine. I'll help come up with a customized skincare routine. We'll talk about dermal rolling. We'll talk about hair products, makeup, supplements. I work with the ladies. I work with the gents. I work with clients in Canada, US, UK, Ireland, Thailand, Singapore, Iceland, all over the place. Dubai. Yeah, clients everywhere. So wherever you're tuning in, I can help you. And then find great clinicians near you as well. I'll give you that ongoing support. Also, I do a deep dive in my skin camp programs on my top biohacks for improving the skin and slowing cellular aging. And the skin camp that's happening right now is summerskincamp.com. This is open to the ladies. It's open to the gentlemen as well. And Saturday, I'm going to be talking about hair care. So today I am rocking the overnight braids. So literally wake up with super fun mermaid hair. So there's a couple of different things. Also wake up with the Victoria's Secret curls. That's how I show that. Those tutorials are only in my skin camps. But I also talk about hair growth stimulation options too. So that's kind of for the guys. I even have some really clean hair care products, shampoo, conditioner, hair stimulatory products, and styling products and scalp care. And I cannot believe, ladies and gentlemen, all these edges coming in now. My hair is growing like a weed, including my edges. If you were like me last couple of years, been a little stressed out, lost a bit of hair. It's pretty common for the ladies and the gents, and it's coming back, and it's because I'm using the right things. So what I talk about here on the show is done in an effort to help support you to be your best version, both personally, both professionally, to be your most high vibe version, to be your most radiant version. Have fun, kick butt, take names, enjoy life in the process, and have better interactions with yourself, people, places, and things. And of course, along the way, we want to be using great products that are going to help us feel good and support rock star companies that are doing good things in the world with good culture, treat their employees well, and simply make good, clean products that are helping you. So be sure to get your Organifi products at rachelvarga.ca/favorites. Check out the Organifi. You'll see the image there. Use that link to get it. There's a promo code there. Literally get every flavor. I have Harmony, Red Juice, Glow, Gold, Green Juice, and Crisp Apple, which is nice cold. And then green juice in original, which I like warm as almost like a matcha in the morning. So you're welcome. Let me know any questions you have. Send me a direct note, info@rachelvarga.ca. I don't check direct messages on social media. I got his Instagram. Email is the best way to reach me. Have an amazing day. Let me know if you have any podcast episode topic requests that you'd like me to talk about. And for my last round of podcast topic requests, I am going to be, oh my gosh, I have a giveaway. I wasn't actually planning on talking about this, but I have a mega giveaway. This is from a UK skincare line that I love. There's a cleanser, there's a moisturizer, there's a antioxidant serum here, and there's a sunscreen. And I am going to be giving that away to a lucky Rachel Varga podcast listener. So I'll be emailing you. I'll be emailing the winner. And have a great day, everybody.